put a knife to my throat there. I'm drinking Powerade, I suppose.
Nice. Alright. Bonus question. Pixar movie or Disney movie?
World Cup.
Yeah. Sorry, Jake. I said Pixar movie or Disney movie?
I think maybe if you turn your video off, though, the connection will get a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Alright.
If you want to try that.
There. Let's try that.
There you go.
Alright. I said...
There you go. Much better.
Yeah,
okay.
I said...
Okay.
Yeah, I said Pixar movie or Disney movie?
I'll probably go back to my childhood and say Disney.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, the daughter likes Disney movies too.
Yeah. Nice. What's your favorite?
Oh, I'd probably have to go with a classic like Snow White or something like that.
Yeah, no.
Old school, buddy. Old school.
Nice. Okay. Now we get into some other really good questions. If you could have a personal theme song that played
Okay.
you entered a room, what would it be?
A personal. How about they call me Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G.
Nice. I don't think I've listened to that one, but sounds interesting.
All right. Well, you can. Yeah, Biggie Smalls, man.
Nice.
One of my nicknames besides Jumbo is people tend to call me Big Daddy. So
Nice.
I figure why not? We'll go with Big Papa. Yeah.
Nice. You get to pick the.
What about you? Do your friends get? Do you have a nickname that your friends call you?
Just OJ, really. Alright, you have to pick the next NLL expansion. Where is it and what is the team name?
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd love to see another team come back to Canada and either Edmonton or Winnipeg or Montreal if I'm, waving the red and white flag. But, I had a chance to work with the Swarm when they were in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I really felt bad for that city when they picked up and left there because they really supported that team. They had a great fan base. There was a great building to play out of. And they had a good team. And they really liked their box lacrosse there in Minnesota. So I think I'd really like to see the National Lacrosse League go back to the Midwest and get back to Minnesota somehow. Nashville would be another place I think would do well.
Yeah, for sure. What would you call the teams?
Oh, Minnesota. I would it'd have to be something to do with water or lakes. So like Minnesota Lake Monsters or something like that, maybe.
Nice.
Nashville, I think Nashville would have to be something to do with music, right? Because they got a lot of good, famous musicians that have come out of the Nashville area. So, I'm not exactly. I'd have to give that a little bit of thought as far as a team name goes. That's always a tricky one, but it's something to do with music for sure.
Okay. What's the craziest moment you've experienced in life so far? Can you tell us about it?
Oh, in lacrosse wise, or just my life?
General.
It's probably the same thing, to be honest with you. Yeah. Craziest moment in my life. Man, and that is a really good question. Nice job on that. I think I'll equate it to box lacrosse. And I know we were just talking about Christian Del Bianco before we hopped on the call here. And I had a chance to call the 2016 Minto Cup in Langley, which Coquitlam was a part of. And they were playing the Orangeville Northmen. And it was game 5. It was a best of 5. The series was tied up at 2. And the game was coming down to the last seconds. And game was tied. Christian made 2 unbelievable saves to preserve the tie off of Thomas Hogarth. And then right near the end of the game, and I'm talking like in the final tell, down the floor with an empty net, and had a chance to win the Minto Cup with a goalie goal at the buzzer, and literally bounced it over top of the crossbar by like would have went in.
Nice.
That wouldn't have been only the craziest thing I'd ever seen in lacrosse, but a championship at the buzzer in a deciding game, a goalie scoring a goal would have been absolutely bonkers. They went on to win that game anyways in overtime, so it all worked out. But that would have been absolutely bonkers if that would have went in. So I think I'll say that.
Nice. Any game day must-haves in the booth?
Oh, game day halls, sugar-free halls. I go through packs and packs and packs of halls, though, and I don't know how many I buy prior to a season, but it's a lot. And I usually go through one a period. While I'm calling the game, I just kind of keep that thing in the side of my mouth and keep it lubricated a little bit. I used to not go with the sugar-free to start, and then I realized, man, if I'm going to be putting these things back like I am, I better switch over. So halls have really got me through some tough times up there in the broadcast booth, whether I've been under the weather or, calling multiple games per day or whatever the case may be. So that's a must-have. Usually have a pretty strong coffee before I call a game. Bottle of water is up there as well. And who knows, depending on whether it's hot out there, the heat, sometimes I got myself a little sweatband for the forehead and even a towel. Depending on what rink I'm in, because if I'm in Queen's Park or something in the middle of August, that place is like a sauna up there in the broadcast booth, and I start leaking pretty good.
Yeah, what flavor of halls do you usually go for?
Well, I think it's like I don't know. I think it's some sort of cherry. It's like the dark red ones. I don't know what the flavor is. I mean, they all kind of taste the same to me, but all I know is that they're sugar-free, so it's not rotting out my teeth every time I suck one back there.
Yeah, no, totally. Okay. What's the weirdest food combination you've ever tried and actually liked?
Oh, man. People are going to judge me for this one. Ketchup on rice.
On rice?
I don't know how I started doing that. My mom would always make rice when I was a kid. I wasn't a big fan of rice. So one night I think I put some ketchup on it and I was able to eat it, and then I acquired a bit of a taste for it, and something I just kind of kept doing throughout the rest of my life here. I don't eat rice very often now, but when I do, a little Heinz ketchup on some nice white long grain rice, pretty good. Try it out.
Nice. Yeah, no, I've heard of ketchup on a lot of things, but never rice. Sounds interesting for sure, though.
How about you? What's the weirdest thing you have eaten?
I mean, something I've done is kind of similar to the whole ketchup on rice things. I've taken Heinz ketchup and put it on like plain potato chips straight up. Yeah.
So couldn't find yourself a bag of ketchup chips, so you made your own.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah, there you go.
Or sometimes it's cheaper.
I don't mind that.
Get a bag of plain chips and just put
Sure
on them that you already have at home, right?
Yeah, well, that's probably what they have to do down in the States, because they can't buy ketchup chips down in America.
No, they can't. It's a very Canadian thing. We're fortunate. Yeah. Okay. Who's the best color scheme in the NL in your opinion? / logo.
Oh boy, / logo. Well, that might be two different things. I've always been a big I've always been a big fan of the purple and gold. Coquitlam is where I'm born, raised, and grew up, and played my minor and my junior and even a senior. So I always liked the purple and gold theme. I've loved the old LA Kings uniforms. The Minnesota Vikings, LSU. And let's throw the San Diego Seals in there as well in the National Lacrosse League. I just really like the purple and gold color scheme. So no matter what team it may be, that one always kind of jumps out at me. As far as the best logo goes, I'd have to give that some serious thought here, man. You know what? It's pretty simple, but as far as lacrosse goes, I think the Orangeville Northmen might have the best logo in lacrosse.
Nice. For me, I'm very partial to the Junior A Mounties for sure.
Yeah, they're good too. I like their colors for sure, and the logo's pretty good too. Yeah. Is that your favorite team, the Mounties?
Man, loaded question.
Yeah.
They're definitely up there for me because the coach is a friend and I've done some work with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we get into what I call my fun questions. And the first one is
It's good.
You now get to ask me a question. What do you want to know?
Well, maybe you can tell me what drew you to the sport of lacrosse. So, what do you like about the sport of lacrosse that made you kind of want to get involved with the game and take your skills and your talents to do something like this?
Okay, so yeah, like what was it? I think it was 5 years ago. I was doing a lacrosse program with agency I used to be a part of, and we did lacrosse every Friday night at the soccer center. But before that, we went to the Minto when it was at Maxbell a few years back now, and we met Delves, we met a few other players.
Yeah.
And
I was at that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that. Then a buddy of mine got in touch with Delves and Zach Curry and stuff, and Zach actually gave me my first stick, which was a prototype warp head. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I still have that stick to this day.
Yeah, I never got a chance to get a warp. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Zach actually helped design that stick.
Yeah.
He was responsible for the design of it. So that's pretty neat that you have one of those. And who knows, it'll be worth some money one day.
Yeah, I know it was a prototype. So honestly, they were, what I was told anyways, they were destined for the trash. And Zach's like, oh, I know a cool group of individuals I can just give them to if you approve it. So he gave us.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah. So there was that, and then a few years back,
that's very cool.
I got into doing this because a buddy of mine, Greg at Blue Sasquatch, he asked me to cover Roughneck games for his channel. And then after doing that for a bit, he encouraged me to go out on my own and do some interviews. So that's how I started.
Well, good for you. Good for you, man. Well, you're doing a great job doing it, man. I'm really having a lot of fun being on here with you. So keep it up.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You now get to nominate a coworker or teammate. Who am I talking to next?
Or teammate. Let me give this some thought. Well, I think, we've talked a lot about Christian Del Bianco. Yeah. I think he would be a great guest to have on. Have you had Christian on yet?
I have, actually. Oh,
okay. So let's move on from that.
Sorry, I haven't had Christian on. I've been trying to get him on, though. He's usually pretty busy.
Okay, well, I think, I know he is. Yeah, he's got his own business. He's getting married. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. he would be my nomination for sure. And next in line, I would say you should talk to Teddy Jenner, maybe.
I've talked to him already.
Okay, well, you got all the good ones marked off here. Yeah. How about Pat Coyle?
No, I don't think I've talked to Pat. All right.
Okay, well then that would be my next suggestion.
Nice. Okay, you now get 1 minute to shout out anyone you want and go.
Oh, 1 minute to shout out. Well, shout out to you for having me on the show. I want to shout out my buddies at Lacrossing Barriers, who I think you know pretty well.
Yeah.
I've been in contact with them for a long time, and I think what they do is absolutely fantastic. I want to shout out to all the people that listen to Lacrosse Classified. I call them the classmates. Who listen to my show every week. I appreciate all those people ever so much. And I think that's it. Just to my girlfriend, my family, my co-host, Tina Farah. There's a guy you could have on. Tina Farah would be a great chat for you, Owen. And I think that's it, man. I just want to say thanks to everybody who loves the sport of lacrosse and, continues to listen to shows like this and mine and everybody else's.
Nice. Well, thank you for your time today, Jake.
Well, thank you for your time, Owen. I had a lot of fun, and like I said, I look forward to listening to more of your shows and listening back to this. And keep up the good work, buddy. I really had a good time doing this.